was on, I think it was August 5th of 2016, he was in a bad motor vehicle accident in the course of his employment. So he was hospitalized, and then when he was discharged from the hospital, he went back to the living arrangements he had with the employer. So I got the claim probably in September, beginning of September, and then proceeded to go through just the different paperwork that we go through. Speaking with the employer, they were acting as the interpreter because they had the language, and basically said he's doing fine, we're going to get him the medical that he needs, and when he's ready to go back to work, there would be work available for him in a modified capacity. This is what we always look for. So what ended up happening is towards the end of September, beginning of October, I spoke with the employer again to find out how he was doing, and the message was that he had essentially recovered and was going back to Mexico. So I didn't, at that point, I'm like, okay, well, thank you for that information. But after I hung up, I'm like, that doesn't really make a lot of sense to me. And so I was waiting for the final paperwork, the medical, to come through, because he was seeing a Canadian doctor. So as I was waiting, it was in the back of my mind, and then I think the following week I was able to talk to Hugo on another claim. So I said to him, I'm like, I have this other client I'm worried about. This is what I've been told, is that he's okay, but I know this type of injury is very serious. Recovery is usually 6 to 12 months. I don't believe he's recovered in 8 weeks. Can you look into it for me? And I believe that he's already in Mexico. And so Hugo, with the consulate help, went above and beyond, and they actually visited his house to see how he was doing. And it turns out he wasn't doing well at all. So he got back to me about that. We had a meeting. We have team meetings on a weekly basis to talk about claims that are difficult. Talked it over with our medical advisor. He said, no, this type of injury doesn't heal that quickly. He's still disabled, obviously. So what we're able to do is actually, in Mexico, Jamie had to pay for his own medical. We were able to reimburse him for that, continue his treatment while in Mexico. So we didn't have to bring him back to Canada to treat him. He was able to get the treatment in his hometown, and we would pay for that. The responsibility is to ensure that each of those workers goes home safe at the end of the day, right? That's our key. We want to prevent those injuries from happening. And at the end of the day, if they are injured, we want to ensure that they're treated fairly and that they're provided everything that they're entitled to. What's really important here and what's really key is that this shows how, if we work together, we can protect and keep the Mexican workers safe when they're in Canada.
Well, we have something for you, Tamara.
Oh my goodness.
Yes, this is a recognition, a certificate of recognition for you.
Oh wow.
It says the Consulate General of Mexico in Vancouver acknowledges for her humanitarian work towards seasonal agricultural worker program in British Columbia to Tamara Erickson for her outstanding cooperation and support to Mexican workers. Vancouver, Canada, May 10th, 2017.
Thank you.
No?
I'm very touched by this. I didn't expect this.